Yeah, man, it's the one and only DJ Chase, man. The pregame part of this podcast right here on WDJCDB DJ Chase Radio. I told y'all, man, 2026 bigger and better as always. But before we get started, we got a fire interview today. The Queen, Baltimore, Maryland's own. But with that being said, we're gonna get to our sponsors first. So first, make sure you download that DJ Chase Radio mobile app as always. iPhone, Android, get exclusive content from DJ Chase and DJ Chase Radio. The official site, website coming soon, rapmarkets.com. Podcast directory, use the promo code DJ Chase and get 20% off your order. Get in touch with the hottest podcasts, such as myself. Groove with the hottest platform to get in touch with players, curators, get real feedback from real people, not bots. Meat Mafia Steaks as well. Last sponsor for the day. Lake Wiley, South Carolina. Certified Angus Beef, premium quality meats, and GCPR, the global PR company. But enough of all that. We got to pay the bills. But now we here, Baltimore, Maryland's own Janeliasoul. How you doing today, Queen? How you feeling?
I'm feeling absolutely good. Thank you so much for asking. And yourself?
I'm okay. It's a Friday, nice day out, nice weather. So, I'm gonna hit the
Yeah.
pool a little later and just, rock
Okay.
out. So, yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So first, before we begin, I usually like to my show is dedicated to music education, and I really want to
hmm
talk about your mission and your purpose throughout the show, and just a lot of advice, because at one point you did stop doing music, so I want to talk about your purpose and talk about the conscious movement that you have going on,
Okay.
so with that being said, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Nigeria, but I like to call myself an African American because my father is from Baltimore, and he was very proud of his Baltimore hometown where he hailed from. So I have to pay homage to him by also acknowledging that. But I also grew up in Nigeria, and I came here after high school for college. So Nigerian American, for the sake of argument.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And how was the culture shock moving to the states from Nigeria?
Um, I think my father kind of prepared us. Let me tell you something. My father, when we were growing up in Nigeria, used to go to like the most dangerous parts that even the locals didn't dare to go, like the villages, to get palm wine. And my mother would fuss at him, like, "Why are you doing that? Like it's dangerous." And he would say, "Oh, I'm from Baltimore. It's not going to happen to me. I'm from Baltimore. It's not gonna."
Yeah,
So we kind of knew what Baltimore was growing up. Like you always tell us about Baltimore. And so when I got here, the culture shock wasn't as profound as you might expect
mm,
because I grew up, around him. He would always play artists that he loved.
mm,
It wasn't like much of a culture shock.
yeah,
Um, what really the only thing that that jumps out at me was maybe the food,
mm,
because I was used to Nigerian food, and I had to get used to eating like not home cooked meal and fast food and all of that. So that
yeah,
was about the only thing. Because other than that, I feel like I blended right in. Even within my first 6 months of being here, I joined the band and I was
okay,
able to blend. So it
mm.
wasn't that bad actually.
Yeah, yeah, love it, love it, love it. So, did you, when you originally came to the states, as you know, I hate to use the words Afro beats, but the
Mm.
Niger sound, like, when you came to the states, it probably wasn't as big, and then all of a sudden it became big.
So
How did you feel about the Niger sound and all of that
when
starting
I
to
came,
become big in these states? Yeah.
yes, when I came like in the early 2000s, late 90s, 2000s, it's been a
Mm,
while.
yeah.
Um, there wasn't a terminology called Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Now there was Afrobeat, which Fela was is the innovator of Afrobeat, like the old school Afrobeat. But Afrobeats wasn't a thing back then. And
Yeah.
when we formed our band, we didn't even use that terminology. We would just call ourselves World Music Fusion, World Music Fusion. It was later when Afrobeats started to now take center stage and become like a popular genre that was, known all over the world, all over the globe. That's when we now adopted that terminology, Afrobeats. But when I
Yeah.
got here, there was no Afrobeats except for Fela's music, which of course, all of us grew up on and we knew of. But
Feel like, yeah, of
internationally,
course, of course, of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knew what Afrobeats was at that time.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. And like I said, when you came to America as well too, did you like as far as opportunity, did you feel like you could be successful in the music business here versus in Nigeria?
Yes, definitely. One of the things that my parents decided was they wanted us to come here after college because of
Hmm.
the fact that there are more opportunities here in the U.S. So
Gotcha.
I came here with that expectation that the sky's the limit. No, actually, the sky is the starting point. And that's why as soon as I got here, I started to research and see what I could get into in terms of like my artistic expression, because I knew there would be more opportunities here, which
Mm.
of course I'm very grateful for. And
Yeah.
that was my history. I was able to form my own band,
Mm.
and even though I wasn't signed to any label or anything like that, I stayed really busy. I would perform at festivals and concert series, and
Mm.
we just kind of built our band that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
love it.
definitely more opportunities here. That was my experience and has been my experience since I've been here.
Yeah. Love it. And what is excuse me. Did you like who did you listen to growing up? Like who did you listen to
Uh,
from Nigeria growing up?
in Nigeria, Fela Kuti for sure. My father used to blast Fela Kuti on the radio,
Mm.
and King Sunny Ade.
Yeah.
This female artist called Onyeka Wenu.
Yeah.
Mira Makeba. Oh my
Mm.
God, I love Mira Makeba. Oh,
Yeah.
and Sade. Um,
Yeah.
these are just a few. Yes.
Yeah. Love it. Love it. And what you call it as well too? Do you like the stage better or do you like the studio better?
The stage.
Stage. Yeah.
I actually hate recording. Oh my gosh, I do not like it. It just puts me. I just get all these nervous vibes because
Mm.
when you're on stage, you can feed off of the energy of the crowd and the room and the lights and your
Mm.
and your band. Your band is there to support you.
Yeah.
But when you are in the studio, it's just you and that darn microphone, and you have to try to create that magic that you feel on stage. You somehow have to create that same magic and energy and
Yeah. Yeah.
feeling with just you and this microphone staring at you. So I do not like it. But it's a
Yeah.
necessary thing that, and as an artist, you have to go in the studio and you have to make music.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
yeah, I'm a live girly, live
Yeah.
music girly.
Of course, of course, of course. And with that being said, I want to ask you this too. What are some common misconceptions about Nigeria and Africa as a continent as well? What are some common
Yeah.
misnomers and misconceptions that Americans have about
The
Nigeria?
biggest one is that Africans don't like Americans. That is not true. I'm a living evidence. I'm up in age. I'm not like in my 20s or 30s. And my father is American, and by the way, he was in Nigeria for like over 10 years,
Yeah.
and they loved him. And he swore he actually went back, came and went back. So the biggest one of the biggest misconception is that Africans don't like Americans, and it's not true. I think it's just part of the propaganda from
Mm.
the powers that be to try to make us, not like each other.
Yeah.
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
And I've also seen of like the flip side of it too, where Africans feel like Americans don't like them. But
Mm.
I've seen more on the American side where they just feel like Africans don't like them. Like, no, that is not true. Every single African that I'm sorry, every single African American that I've met that have traveled to the continent,
Mm.
they always have like good things to say. I've never met, and I've met a lot of people. I've never met an African American that has either been to Ghana or Nigeria that says that same thing. They always like say they love it and that motherland is wonderful and they want to go back. So it's mostly African Americans that have not had the chance to travel. And I know that there are a few bad apples. I know that there are, even I myself, come across some Nigerians that are like very tribalistic and borderline just racist, prejudice. I think that's the right word against African Americans, and I put them in check. So there are a few apples, bad apples, but for the most part, I don't think you can generalize and say that. I think you just kind of have to take it on a case by case basis. But I can tell you that that is a big misconception for
Mm.
sure.
Love it,
Yeah.
love it. And what's some good when I take my trip over there? What's some good food to go get over there?
Of course, jollof rice, which of course you can find
Oh,
over
of
here.
course, Jollof. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Yeah, I'm from New York, so of
So
course.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So I just made something yesterday that I'm gonna make it one day and post it on Instagram. But it's called amala
Okay.
with abu. It's well abula, but it's amala, gbegiri, and ewedu. And what it is I'm sure you probably heard of fufu.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah, so it's like a brown fufu.
Yeah,
It comes with three sauces.
yeah,
You know how like they say three cheese pizza or
yeah,
whatever. Like comes with three different sauces,
yeah.
and you layer it on top of each other, and it's so good. And it's not really common. Like I've never heard anybody here talk about it. People don't really know about it, and it's because it's kind of like the staple of the hometown that I grew up in.
Uh huh.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah.
So it's very popular. So maybe I'll be the one to bring it to the world. Who knows? But
Yeah.
it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, we had it yesterday.
Love it for sure. And how was it playing with like a 7 piece band? Like, how does that like, it's such a powerful sound and a powerful statement on stage. How was that? You have such a like a light voice, but you bring it out. How was playing with a 7 piece singing for being a front vocalist for a 7 piece band? How does that like
Yeah,
inspire you? Yeah.
it's very fulfilling for me. It's one of the most fulfilling things that I do when I'm able to just get on stage and perform with my band. And my band, they've developed this. Like it's funny you said that I have a soft voice because this is something that they also had to learn to develop sensitivity to.
Yeah.
And you hear me say break it down a lot. You hear me say oh bass a lot because I'm like okay, you guys break it down so that I can come in with my soft voice. So they've learned to develop a sensitivity to the way I perform, the way I sing.
Yeah.
We have that synergy. Um, it's just really fulfilling for me because it is a lot of us, and everybody knows their part. Everybody knows their role,
Yeah.
And we don't have two of a kind. It's like one of a kind. We have one dancer, one backup singer, one lead, one bassist, one keyboard. So everybody knows one drummer, one percussionist, everybody knows their part and everybody gets a solo. So it's
Okay.
like there's this sense of like belonging and like we all. I try to create an atmosphere where it's our band, even though it's Janelia Soul band. I always try to create an atmosphere that we're all in this together and everybody will get a chance to shine. And I think that also makes us just really blend together well and perform really well because we are doing it collectively, but each person also has their moment where they get to shine and feel special.
Mm.
So I really love it. Yeah, it's really fulfilling for me. Like if I could perform every day,
Yeah.
I would. And I'm looking forward to the time where I can just go like on a 6 months tour. Like I've heard of artists going like on a 6 months tour,
Uh.
1 year tour, playing like 4 or 5 days a week or more. And I'm really that's like one of my biggest dreams, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love it. I love it. Love it. I do want to ask you as well too. Like you're very big into like Niger fashion as well.
yeah.
What made you get into fashion and want to showcase the Niger culture through fashion?
I feel like it's a responsibility for me to do. And mind you, I've been doing this before it became trendy. I've been doing this since pretty much since I've been like since I moved to the US. Because I feel like if we don't toot our own horn, if we don't stand as an ambassador for our culture, then who else is going to do it? So I've always felt the responsibility to showcase and to feature like African print, African material, like Ankara, and Adire, Kente, and all these other fabrics because I feel like it's our responsibility to do that.
Mm.
And I also see that, like growing up, I would see African Americans wear dashiki, and other African print and Kente. As a matter of fact, the first time I heard of Kente, even though Ghana is like close to Nigeria, the first time I heard of Kente was through an African American.
Mm.
So that shows how important it is for us to showcase our culture. Because if we don't do it, nobody else is going to do it.
Love it,
You know?
love it, love it, love it for sure, for sure. Now let's get into this record, dear Mr. Colonizer. Definitely, what would you call it? So what's the correct term? I guess Afrobeat's correct term, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's a correct term. It's just
Yeah,
alive, and it's like it's not your shake your booty type Afrobeat.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
my brand is conscious Afrobeat, so of course it's just a little bit different. But yes, it's Afrobeats.
yeah,
But yeah, and it's a political song.
yeah. Got you. And what inspired this record?
Just all the stuff that's been going on in Africa. I've been following Ibrahim Traore and following what's been going on in the Congo and the genocide going on there and in Sudan. And I was inspired to just put all my worries and concerns and anger really into a song. And the moment I wrote that song, I mean, of course, there's no solution yet that has been identified for all these issues in Africa. But after I wrote the song, I just felt relieved. I just had to put all that emotion into a
Mm.
song, and I didn't want it to be like F the colonizer. I didn't want it to be like coming from a place of hate, because that's also like a form of fear. But
Mm.
I wanted to come from a place of love.
Yeah,
Like I said, I was like holding his hand, like, look, dude, you need to find another hustle. You need to look for other ways.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what inspired the song.
Love it, love it. And did the band recorded the song with you, or was it like producer? Did you work with
Yeah,
a producer?
I got a producer
Yeah,
who was also the engineer. He facilitated the whole thing. He came up with the beats, and he's African American. I'm so proud of him.
yeah.
He came up with the beats, and I was like, "Are you sure? Like you didn't like go up and
Yeah, yeah,
the beat was fire when I heard it, and then everything else was played live. Like the bass is live,
mm,
the guitar is live, the keyboard is live, of course the live vocals, and that's how we put it together.
yeah, yeah. Love it, love it, love it. So I want to ask you this too, Miss Jalilia. So, what's next for you in 2026? What we got coming up? Because you got the single out. Is there a
Yeah.
full project coming out? What's going on?
Yes, sir. I actually have a new single dropping next Friday, a week from today.
Yeah.
Titled it's on that will be June the 12th. It's titled Bakassi, and the song is about women empowerment. Bakassi, ironically, actually means booty.
Mm.
Uh, so you would think that because I'm singing a song about booty, it's gonna be like shake your booty, but not really. It's a song about empowerment. Even though yes, we as women can shake that part of our body,
Okay.
but there's more to us than that. Like the first line of the song is, "I'm not just a pretty face."
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
more than being a sexy woman, a beautiful woman.
yeah,
I have content, I have substance. And I
yeah,
think sometimes women will be reduced to, our looks and our bodies, but there's more to us than that. And that's basically what the song is about. It's about women empowerment.
yeah,
So yeah, it drops next week, and I'm really excited about it. So
yeah.
yeah, I can't wait to share it with the world.
I love it. I love it. Love it. And with that being said, Miss Janelia, so I got one last question. I ask everyone this. This is like my top question ever.
Okay.
What is one piece of advice you've toured, you've seen overseas, you've seen here. You know what I'm saying? What is one piece of advice that you would give any new artist or anyone getting into the music business today? What is one piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say stay as informed as possible, as much as possible, because there's a lot of information out there, and like they say, information is power. I know for me, sometimes, I didn't always do my research or even do like the market analysis when I'm doing music. Like I just sing out of my heart. I'm like, that's my heart. I want to express myself. But sometimes you just have to be very calculative and know what the industry trends are, know what type of market you want to target, know your demographic. Like all those details matter when you are putting on music because it's essentially can be the success of your music. Like know how you're going to market it, like have like besides basically all that to say that besides just the music itself, be as informed as possible about the other aspects of the music, like the business of music.
Mm,
And that's the biggest advice something that I wish I had learned earlier in my
mm,
career. And that's the biggest advice I would give anybody that's getting into music. Right?
yeah,
It's more than just singing.
yeah.
There's a whole plethora of other things that you have to learn
Of course.
very fast. And so
Of
yeah.
course. Of course. Once again, Janelia Soul, Nigeria's own, DMV's own mama. Where can they find you? Where can they get in contact with you? How can they reach you?
Sure, it's Janelia Soul, and Janelia is spelled Janeliasoul. And that everything is Janelia Soul. My website is janeliasoul.com. I have a merch store, that's janeliasoul.store. And on my social media handle is also Janelia Soul.
Love
And
it.
I'm really
Yeah.
good at responding to fans and people that just reach out. I got
Yeah. Yeah.
DMs, I
Yeah.
respond to comments, so reach out to me and I'll be happy to
Yeah.
connect
Awesome.
with you.
Awesome. You got any features coming out? Anybody work you featuring on some records?
I want to. My team is working on something, so
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
you'll be seeing a feature within the next few months or
Yeah.
maybe next year by the latest.
Got you, got you. Once
Yeah.
again, man, Janelia Soul, man, a beautiful, talented Janelia Soul, dear Mr. Colonizer, streaming right here on DJ Chase Radio, man. Once again, it's a pregame party Miss podcast on DJ Chase Radio. Down that DJ Chase Radio mobile app, man, iPhone, Android, DJChaseRadio.com, Spotify podcast, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube DJ Chase TV. Get the DJ Chase Radio merch, and we out of here. Yeah.